Ryan, welcome to the inaugural Intelligent Assistance Conference. You were just on a great panel. Really enjoyed your comments up there. It looked like it was fun to be up there.
Absolutely. I always love being on stage. It's just a platform to talk about what we do for a living and make sure people understand the way that we see the world from our standpoint.
Excellent, excellent. So tell us a little bit about LinguaSys. I've had some brief exposure, but why don't you give a little description of the company.
So LinguaSys we're a 4.5-year-old startup, but we've all been in the linguistic industry for 20 years, each of us actually, and so our goal in life is to help people understand words, basically, and sentences and paragraphs, but in lots of languages. So currently we support 21 languages with natural language understanding as well as with text analytics, so you can do things like, say, show me all of the articles about any topic you want, but show them to me in all languages, not just in English. And so there's a lot more that can be defined and understood by looking at something from the lens of a multilingual world.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you started the company? You're the founder, CEO of the company. How did you get into this space? How did you, what was the genesis of the company?
Yeah, so I started off actually in '95 when I was hired by a small machine translation company in Virginia called GlobalLink, and I ended up being CTO, and then we sold that. And then IBM asked me to come to Boca Raton, which was a wonderful move, and run their speech recognition business. And then in 2010, it was time to change again. I don't like to sit anywhere for too long. And I ran into a fella in Melbourne, Australia, who had written what I thought was the most powerful NLU system I've ever seen. And he had, in effect, perfected something called an interlingua, which had never been done before. So we created the company. I talked him into creating the company. We built lots of languages very quickly, and that's where most of our dollars went early on. And then we were very lucky. We got lots of support from the IBMers that I had dealt with, and some of our first clients were referrals from IBM. And then we got lots of referrals from other clients as well, and they were happy, so we kept growing. And then we've always had a great relationship with Opus, and Opus helped us along the way with advice as well. And so here we are 4.5 years later. We've got a lot of Fortune 100 customers. We have Mark Cuban as our lead investor. And we are trying to change the face of natural language understanding by making it faster, cheaper, especially more affordable and better.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive stuff that I've seen. So while you're at this conference, what have you found? What have been some of the discussions, and why did you guys decide to attend?
Yeah, so it's actually very fitting that this conference is in San Francisco because this is another gold rush. Basically, you've got all these companies like LinguaSys that are here today because they're in the natural language understanding space. And we're all fairly new. I don't think there's a company here that's been in the space that's more than 5 or 10 years old. And it's not very prominent right now. You'll find that most people are using directed dialogues or some other way of getting the information they want. So it's a new space. Everybody's trying to make their claim on their space. Ours happens to be supporting lots of languages and reducing the costs involved. So that's why I'm here, because I'm part of the gold rush.
Excellent.
And I want to see all the miners.
Yeah, here we are. Here we are. So what makes LinguaSys unique? What's the thing?
Yeah, if there was one thing I had to point to, it's something we call our language neutral knowledge representation, which is the interlingua I spoke of earlier. And it's basically, in technical terms, it's a formalism for taking content in any language and turning it into a neutral language that can then be understood and read by any other language. So as an example, we just finished building a solar demo where you can say in the query box, I want to see everything about elections in the EU. And even though I made that query in English, it will go out and find results in every language that's represented in the body of the content, because we're turning the query into linker, and we've indexed all the content on linkers. So then it's just everybody's looking at language neutrality, pulling in the right information, and it just changes the whole paradigm of the amount of data one can learn to look at.
Great, great. So I know you guys made an announcement today. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. We actually did 2 things today, and I thought it was fitting to be here to do it. First of all, we made an announcement that we signed a deal with OpenStream They're a wonderful partner, and they've created some really cool iPad applications that are in use by millions of people. They've got over 2 million seats, I believe, right now. And they've decided to add natural language understanding to their suite of applications using our technology. They've already got some people have been trying it out with real customers with it in hand and getting excellent feedback. And so we're looking forward to embedding into their platform, their EVA platform, and really making natural language understanding available to a lot more companies, both large and small. And then the other thing we announced was our early beta of our NLP portal. So basically, part of the quest to get everyone to think about multilingual capabilities when they build applications is our NLP applications. We expose things like tokenizing, so you can know how to separate Chinese characters into words. So lots of applications or REST applications that allow you to deal with multiple languages, and that hopefully will get people thinking about beyond just the English participation in technology.
Excellent. Brian, we just want to say thanks so
Yes.
much for taking a few minutes to talk to us
Fantastic.
here at the conference. We hope to see you at many more in the future, and
We'll be
good
here.
luck in the future ahead.
Thanks a lot.